The camera pans across a dimly lit room, empty takeout containers scattered like confetti. In the center sits Daniel, illuminated by a single flickering bulb. Mountains of bills surround him, each one seemingly mocking his very existence. Dramatic music swells in the background, a symphony of despair. Daniel, face pale and drawn, runs a hand through his disheveled hair. His eyes dart back and forth between the bills, his heart pounding like a drum solo in a death metal concert. He's drowning, and the lifeguard is nowhere in sight. He picks up a particularly menacing-looking envelope. The words "Final Notice" emblazoned in a font seemingly designed to induce heart palpitations. He lets out a groan that could rival the lowest note on a pipe organ. This is it, the end of the line. Or is it?
This is it, the end of the line, or is it?
Suddenly, a sharp knock on the door slices through the air. Daniel jumps, the bill fluttering from his hand onto a half-eaten pizza box. He stares at the door, fear constricting his throat. The knocking comes again, more insistent. He peeks through the peephole, heart plummeting. A figure straight out of his nightmares. He opts for the last resort, answering the door.
Open up, Daniel. You know why I'm here.
Need money, huh? Chirps a cheerful voice. A Girl Scout stands at Daniel's door, boxes of cookies stacked in her arms. He forces a smile, his brain scrambling for a way to explain his financial woes. He pats his pockets, coming up empty.
Love to help, kiddo, but I left my wallet in my other pants.
The Girl Scout eyes him suspiciously.
That's okay, mister. We take plastic.
Daniel retreats into his apartment, the weight of his debt heavier than ever. The doorbell rings, snapping Daniel out of his tropical daydream. He opens the door to find a man in a blindingly white suit, his smile as wide and fake as the one plastered on the vacation brochure in his hand.
You rang?
The man asks, his voice dripping with faux enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Daniel stammers, his eyes darting nervously between the brochure and the man's suspiciously shiny shoes.
I was just, admiring your, suit.
The salesman chuckles, a sound that's both oily and hollow.
This old thing, it's practically vintage. But enough about me. Let's talk about you escaping to paradise.
He launches into a well-rehearsed spiel about pristine beaches, bottomless cocktails, and a life free of worries. Daniel, swept up in the moment, forgets his financial woes for a fleeting moment. He imagines himself sipping margaritas on a beach, the sound of the waves washing away his troubles. But reality, like a cold shower, crashes over him. He can barely afford rent, let alone a plane ticket to a tropical island. He opens his mouth to speak, to tell the salesman that he's chasing the wrong rainbow. But the words catch in his throat. A party, Daniel asks, his voice laced with disbelief.
A party?
His friend Sarah, a whirlwind of energy and optimism, nods enthusiastically, her eyes sparkling with mischief.
A goodbye debt party!
Daniel's apartment, usually a monument to despair and empty pizza boxes, is transformed. Streamers hang from the ceiling, balloons bob cheerfully in the corners, and the aroma of pizza, real pizza, not the frozen kind, fills the air. Friends crowd around him, their laughter and support a warm embrace against the chill of his financial woes.
But how?
Daniel stammers, gesturing at the festive scene around him. Sarah smiles, handing him a plate piled high with pizza.
We all chipped in. We're your friends, Daniel. We're here for you.
Daniel looks around at the faces of his friends, his heart swelling with gratitude. They may not have all the answers, but they're here, ready to help him navigate the treacherous waters of debt. He takes a deep breath, a sense of hope washing over him for the first time in what feels like forever. The music fades, replaced by the clinking of glasses. Daniel stands in the center of the room, his friends gathered around him, their faces lit by the warm glow of fairy lights. He raises his glass, a goofy grin spreading across his face.
To friends, to second chances, and to finally being able to afford pants with pockets.
The room erupts in laughter and cheers. Daniel takes a sip of his drink, the taste surprisingly sweet. He's not out of the woods yet, but for the first time, he can see a clearing. He has a plan, He has support, and most importantly, he has hope. The future may be uncertain, but for now, in this moment, everything feels possible. There's something different now. It's no longer a solitary battle. Daniel looks around, feeling the warmth of their presence. With each small victory and every shared laugh, he's reminded. This is a process, and he's not alone. Everything feels possible, and with the right people beside you, even the stormiest seas can be navigated. If you're feeling like you're drowning in debt too, remember, you don't have to go through it alone. Don't forget to share your struggles with us in the comments. Hype each other up. Hit that like and subscribe button to stay connected. We're all in this together. With a little support, everything feels possible. Let's go, Warriors!